Second group on the ball after this kick. Here we go. Key the football.
Well, Coach Mark Hendrickson, you've also got the additional duties of being in charge of the special teams. This must be one of a rare occasion where you've only got the one kicker returning for spring practice.
That is a unique situation. Patrick Smith did an outstanding job with our field goal kicking last fall in our PATs. You know, Patrick is with us this spring, and obviously it gives him a lot of work on his PAT field goal work, and yet it also gives Patrick a chance, you know, to work a lot on his punting. And you know, Pat will probably not be our number one punter next fall, but if he's not, you know, he's going to improve his skills in that area and be a very good backup punter.
You see him kicking with a lot of confidence this spring, knowing that the success he had during the last half of the season.
Yeah, Pat feels very good about himself, and he should as a place kicker, and that's a good way to put it. And his holder returns. Myers Hendrickson is back as his holder. We've got a couple of quarterbacks that are also outstanding holders that are working at this time with Patrick, so that's always a good feeling for a kicker.
How about one big hole that fans may not realize you have to fill, but you can't talk enough about the job that Steve Adams did at his long snapping the last 2 years.
We're very fortunate in the way that Steve Adams took care of that job for us for 2 years. He was right on the money for 2 straight years of every punt snap and every PAT field goal attempt. And he was also a good cover man after a great snap each time. Fortunately, we've had a wide receiver that transferred in here by the name of Tynan Murray that joined us in January. One, Tynan looks very good as a receiver, and then number 2, he was a long snapper in junior college, and right now he's looked very good on the punt and the short snaps as well. We also have a number of linemen, offensive linemen, you know, that are working on their short snaps for the PAT field goal placements, and you know, there'll be a little battle there. And there may become a battle before it's all over for the punt snaps too, but right now, Tynan Murray looks good.
How about on the punt returns as well? It's certainly got to help having Myers Hendrickson return back there as well.
Well, that's another, you know, part of the game that confidence helps a lot in. You know, Myers did a very good job of taking care of that role when Todd Spate got nicked up last fall. And, I mean, of course, we've got several new faces, you know, that we're working right now. In fact, we've got 5 young men that we're firing a lot of punts to between you know, our punters and our jugs machine right now. And so we've got 5 of them that are handling punts every day, and you know, that competition is on.
Sophomore kicker Pat Smith. Well, Pat, recapping the last part of 2009, you come in, you make your collegiate debut late in the season and really took advantage of all your opportunities. In fact, earning a Missouri Valley Football Conference Newcomer of the Week one time even.
Oh yeah, it was really great to you know, see immediate success on the field, and it was really great, you know, coming here to Western and, you know, having, you know, a decent amount of expectations with all the great kickers that have been here the past years. And I know they had some trouble as of recent, and it was great to bring the reputation of kicking back up for WIU.
What's it like sitting on the sidelines for the first half of the season, then finally getting your shot and making the most of it, your opportunity?
I think it made me more eager. It made me want it even more. So I was more determined every day at practice, to make sure I was getting better and to, get every rep, get the most out of it to make sure when it became my time that I was ready.
As you're going through your first spring practice here at Western, what are your personal goals during these 15 sessions?
It's really just to improve, stay where I'm at on field goals, get even better, and work on my kickoffs and punts some. Really, I got to come out here and work every day. I don't have anybody else out here with me, so I don't mess around too much and actually get quite a bit done.
That's actually leading into my next question. Now that senior punter Chris Fox has graduated, you're also helping out with some of the punting duties as well. When was the last time they actually punted?
It was high school, actually, so I've been more of a field goal and kickoff guy, definitely in college, and it's just something you got to work on quite a bit, to get consistent at it, and so I got plenty of time out here this spring to work on it and get much better at it.
You made any personal goals for yourself for the upcoming season?
Well, I think with any field goal kicker, you always want to be perfect on field goals, and that's one thing I've looked at. Things might happen now and then, you might miss one, you can't let it get you down, but being perfect on field goals is one thing that I definitely want to be.
Now, fans, when they see the kicks, a lot of them focus solely on the kicker himself, but as you realize, you also got the snap and the hold as well. You lose a long snapper in Steve Adams, but you got your holder coming back in Myers Hendrickson. I guess if you would, talk about the whole process from snap, hold, and kick.
Yeah, Myers is one of the most sure-hand holders that I've ever been involved with. He's a great holder. He adjusts well, and he's always getting it down the right spot. And I have so much confidence in Myers. And we have a bit of a snapper battle this spring going on. Steve was a great snapper, and he was always consistent. I don't think he had a single bad snap last year. And we got Tynan Murray and Chris Duguay and even Andrew Robisky are doing a little snapping this spring. So we'll see who comes out on top.